Well, welcome back to Bumper Breakfast. Yes, joining us this morning on the show is a man, is a friend. It's a friend of the Bumper Breakfast studio. The last time he was here was almost 2 years. I think it was just before the COVID-19 or just after the COVID-19. Blaise Christian Sitchet, a Cameroonian who lives outside of Africa, lives in the United States to be precise, has worked with many organizations and banks in the USA for about 25 years. The 51-year-old Blaise is into film production and started that in 2012, and so far has produced 10 movies, both in English and French. To his credit, has Coming to Africa with Care, the version of Coming to America that's Coming to Africa with Care, I Am an American, Seeking Asylum, Crazy in Life, Confessions of a Madman, Hidden Destiny, just to mention a few. But he wants to produce at least 5 movies a year in Nigeria. He wants to, break into this Nigerian movie industry that everybody across the world is talking about. Blaise, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you again.
Good to have you on the show.
Good to see you again.
So yes, this morning we're talking about selling African stories to the rest of the world. We're breaking out on Netflix. We're breaking out on Prime Video. There's a lot of Nigerian movies, driving, apart from our own show.
So Nigeria is the in thing now.
Is the in thing.
Maybe I think we should start from there. Let me ask you, this is the first time you're coming in to do a movie in Nigeria, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Why now?
And why Nigeria?
Why Nigeria?
I'm an opportunist.
I like that. That is just so simple and true.
That's a good confession. Really?
So tell us about the opportunity or what you have seen that makes you feel that there are opportunities now.
Yeah, because I'm following the trend. Nigeria's movie is booming. That's why Netflix also is an opportunity. Bought out, I think, Iroko TV because Nigeria was doing good. So I'm joining. I'm joining that dynamic.
So of becoming an opportunist.
So what's the prospect? What do you think? Looking at the entertainment industry as a whole now,
things have changed. Before, people used to, sell DVDs. No more. It doesn't exist. So everything is going digital now. Online, TV, and the technology, also the access to technology, it's easier now to make movies compared to before. It was very, very expensive back then. So I would like to capitalize with the creativity because the type of movie that I make is very comic. And there's nobody who can compete with me with comedy. And Nigerian naturally, actors or no actors, I see them.
They're comical.
They're comical, very in the intellectual and in the very intelligent way. The way you process your comedy on a daily basis,
we make fun of every situation. We bring out fun from every situation.
Is
that what you're looking at?
In a very intelligent way, not in a goofy way like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes.
So the comedy, where there will always be a very good story behind the comedy.
Of course, a very good story behind a comedy. Because right now we cannot compete with Hollywood because the technology. Did you see Black Panther?
Yeah.
The technology is so advanced.
Yeah.
The only way to compete with them is with creativity, like comedy. Comedy is very hard thing to do, and for Nigeria is one of the easiest things to do.
Oh my God! So you're an opportunist. You want to bank on the fact that everybody wants our movies, and then the creativity is there, and then we are comical in nature. Really?
Yes, nature.
Oh, but let's talk about the stories that we sell to the rest of the world. You're talking about comedy, bringing comedy into the mix now. Isn't that going to further diminish the African culture and the kind of image that we even have in the outside world? Would they take us seriously? Because right now, I think we're doing better with the kind of stories we're selling.
Yes, but as I said last time, I said that's a mistake that we make. We think that we do better. That means maybe we do movie with better technology, or maybe we're trying now to introduce gun or all this. No, we can capitalize on what we were doing before. People didn't like Nollywood before because it was something different that nobody ever seen. Filming in the village, people, the juju, all this, we can capitalize on that, on what attracted first, what made
To us.
Yes, to us. But the mistake that we are making now is that we are introducing gun, we're making movie always in nice houses, you know what I mean, and all this to make
But
Nigeria
we do have
beautiful.
nice houses. But we
No,
do
no.
have nice houses.
I'm not saying not to do that. Even in America, they do movie in the hood, in the ghetto, and everything. We don't. That's not the life that everybody lives. We exaggerate. Each house, most of the movies that I see, you're gonna be in a nice mansion. All this. I'm trying
Over
to
exaggeration.
exactly. That kills comedy. Comedy is something. Is something to make somebody laugh. Somebody has to see and relate to him. I'm going to give you an example. One of the movies that I made in Cameroon, everybody have done that. I've done that. I won't lie to you. Like, I try to brush my teeth, right? I press the toothbrush.
The toothpaste?
The toothpaste is empty. This is what I do. I cut it,
Yeah.
and then I take this.
We all have done that sometimes.
But when we do that, that's what I'm telling you, that everything, a lot of things that we do is comic. When we do that on a regular basis, it's not funny for us. But if you do that in a movie,
It's very funny. Yeah.
people, when I
guess.
put that in theater, I had a premiere in Cameroon, everybody was laughing. I could relate to that. I've done that.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed to say that.
I have done that quite a number of times.
So that's why I'm trying to tell them we have opportunity to bring comedy. I'm going to give you another example this morning. I was supposed to be on time. The driver, I'll be quick. The driver, I told that, could you take me to MITV? I'm in a hurry. He heard LTV. He took me to LTV. I said MITV. He said, oh, I thought we assumed too much. So, in the movie, it will be comic for somebody making that mistake. That will.
Yeah.
True, that's
Okay.
true.
But it's like
In real life, it's not funny. I'll be just angry. Why did you do that? But in movie, somebody does that. It's
It's
comedy.
comedy.
Yeah.
It's comedy.
So it's like portraying who we are,
Yes.
portraying our way of life,
Our regular life.
Yes, our regular life.
And not
Yes.
the facade.
Yes,
because You're
yes.
just saying that we sell a facade to the rest of the world. That's what you're saying.
No,
Most
that's
of
what
the
is
times.
happening.
That's what is happening
And it's
now.
killing the charm of Nollywood.
No, that's why, I can confidently say that in the recent times you find Nigerians, and really it's selling even into the international market. You find them going into epic films now. They go to do epic films, go back history, go back, down the history lane. And
But then there is
what
a
about,
subversion.
what would you say? Sorry?
But then there's a subversion of even the epic films that we're talking about, because when they did those epic films in those days, there were things that we didn't know. For example, there were epic films that were born out of history,
Yes.
and there were epic films that were born out of imagination.
Yes.
And they were doing both.
Yeah.
But now we're looking at a depiction sometimes of culture, of history that is not so close to the truth, and then brings in a bit of modernity into it, modernization into it, and then somewhere in the mix, there's just something that is not us in the midst of it all. Is that creativity? Can we accept it as creativity? Is it still sellable?
Or part of the friction we usually talk about in movie making.
Any movie that you do is creativity anyway.
Okay.
Okay. I can't say there's more creativity and more. I can say there's more comedy and less comedy. I can say there's more this. But what I'm trying to tell you, I don't know, maybe I'm not answering your question, is that we need to do movies that we can relate to. The man on the street can
street.
relate to. The man from, that's just my only modest opinion. That's the direction I'm choosing. I don't care if I'm on my own doing that. You do your thing, I do my thing.
I do my thing.
Yeah, that's the road I'm trying to choose. I'm not saying that I'm going to do the movie where there's juju or whatever. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to tell you is that I'm trying to do movies based on the reality. Like my last movie, as I told you, It's about a student who just graduated and doesn't have a job. Okay, and he's, you know, I'm showing his path of success, how he's processing the difficulties that he's going through. I'm not trying to make movies of people, all the ogres who have money and then they have a drama in the house with their wife and whatever. They don't worry about anything else, not the daily challenges
that everybody is going through.
Yes, I'm
that is relatable for the common man.
Exactly.
But where does the fiction come in all of this?
Any movie is fiction, because it's when you talk about fiction, you talk about the what any movie.
An invention, something that might not necessarily be true. Might not necessarily, doesn't have necessarily to be true.
Yes.
Yes.
But you have to be observant in things that happen in real life, and then capital. Like me, for the since I started making movies, I rarely get angry. That means I'm like a spectator. I look at people like that. I might laugh might be awkward. Things that are not funny for you, I see funny because I say, oh, that might be good. That might be a good scene of the movie. So
what kind of projects are you now looking at, wanting to break into the Nigerian market? And I know that you do comedy. What kind of movies are you looking at making that will be different from what every regular producer right now is doing in Nigeria?
Okay, like the first movie that I'm trying to do in Nigeria right now, it will be both in America and Nigeria. It's about two families. Okay, one family is raising its children here. Okay, and that family has a friend. They moved to the United States, for example. They have they see how this family in Nigeria, they care about the children, about how they raise, how do you do in school, and then the other family is so obsessed about the opportunity that they have to do 2-3 jobs and make money. That's their focus, and they forget about the education of it. People need to see that in order to change it. So it will be comical to see how, he's trying to teach his child. They say, oh, they call you for, oh, we're going to pay you double. Could you come work? Go. Does that make sense? When you and I see that, it's not comical. But in the movie, it's this comedy that it lives. And you see how the child is going out of control, starting hanging out with bad kids in the neighborhood and everything. Okay? And they see how this man doesn't have much money, doesn't have opportunity to do 2 jobs in Nigeria. How is he going to do that? It's not easy. And now,
then his kids turn out right.
Disciplining, focus in raising your children and everything. And then you see how the 2 kids, you have bad kids, you have good kids. And it doesn't have to be, the family doesn't have to be in the United States, but you can do 2 families like that. One obsessed only with money, the other one with education of the children. You don't have to beat the kid in order to be a good kid. Just be present, everything. And then you see the difference. Then people learn from that.
From that scenario.
From that scenario. I'm going to give you another example. When I was in the car with that guy, guess what he did? He was speeding because I told him that I was late. I said, no, I'm trying to tell him the fact that there's urgency to go somewhere doesn't dictate you to increase the risk of having an accident. You need to assess things. It was speeding. I said, don't do that. It's not because I told you that I'm late that you're going to speed and take, you know what I mean? And the second thing that I told him when he dropped me off, across the street, cars were coming. He said, no, just cross the street, they will stop. Why do you assume if I get an accident? Because you assume. So everything is assumption. We need to stop assuming. You are laughing, it's comedy. If I put it in a movie, people will laugh.
But then when it was happening, it wasn't comedy. It was
that's what I'm telling you. We are very comic. When I talk about them, I'm talking about me. I told you that since I started doing movies, I see how we can capitalize what we do on daily basis as comic. I invited a Hollywood actor in Washington D.C. when I was living there. And I was in the car, just driving. He was sitting next to me. He said, wow, do you know that I can make a lot of money off you? Just by plugging the camera and see how you are telling, get out of here. I was, you know, when I was driving, somebody passed and said, get out of here. He said, if I plug the camera on you, I'll be rich. He told me.
Because your daily life seems to him like a movie.
Yeah, a comic movie. He thought that I was just comic. That's what I'm saying, that we can capitalize what, you know. This is a thing that normally when you see it's not funny, but when I'm telling you, and then now you're in movie mode, you see it now, it makes you laugh. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Really. And nobody can beat us on that.
Yeah.
Look, you see, people were very comic in the beginning. Jamie Foxx, Martin Lawrence, very funny in the beginning.
Yeah.
When they were not rich, they're not that funny anymore. They don't experience that daily life that, you know, anymore.
Yeah.
Talking about.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, I get.
So the closer you are to reality, even in the arts, even in the movies, the more money it attracts.
Yes.
And the more audience you get.
That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I will experience that. I will see. If after the 5 movies that I produced in Nigeria, I say, oh, I did earn 2 kobos, I would say, no, hell no. I get to choose different direction.
I'm going.
Yeah.
Man, but I promise you, it's going to be a good day.
Are you going to be living in Nigeria during the production of this movie?
I'll be coming here a lot. So like maybe once a month.
Okay.
Yes. I've been traveling a lot. I've been all over. I've been in Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Uganda, Rwanda. I've been to so many, even now, after I'm going all the way to Dubai. I've been traveling.
Wow.
Yes.
So when do you intend to start your production in Nigeria?
In a couple of months, for real. And then I will negotiate. I know now, I started being Nigerian. Nigeria are tough when it comes to money.
Yes.
Yes. So I know, even the hotel that I'm living in, I complain all the time. Like, oh, there's no soap. Oh, God, no, I apologize. I said, don't use the word apologize. I don't need to hear that. Take that word out of your mouth. I don't need that.
Because you knew from the beginning there was no soap in the first place.
They say, oh, you are there until when? I say, until Wednesday. Okay, you want to pay the hotel? I said, no, I'll pay on daily basis. That will be my leverage to make things right. So I have at least a leverage that if you don't do it right, I will leave.
So you're the Nigerian.
Yeah, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come and say, okay, I have my crew. When I come here to negotiate with people.
So are you bringing your crew all the way, or you using...
No, I have crew in Cameroon.
So you're not using it in Nigeria?
No, crew in the US is not good. I don't want that crew.
In Nigeria?
This is what I'm going to do when I negotiate with Nigerian crew. I have my crew in Cameroon. It doesn't take much to... They can close the door. No, I'm telling you what I'm going to do.
Hold on, you're not hearing me well. So you're going to negotiate with Nigeria. I have my crew in Cameroon. If you don't agree to this price, I'll bring my crew from Cameroon.
Yeah, that's it.
But if you agree to the price, then we can do the job.
We can do the business.
Will you feature me in your movie?
No, in Nigeria, you have to have a leverage on everything that you have to have options.
Oh my!
Yes.
I'll guess this.
Okay, I'm asking. Are you gonna feature me in one of your
Our
movies?
time is fast spent.
Oh, that's one thing I would like to tell you. Everybody will go through casting. You know what? If I feature in a movie just like that, you're not gonna take pride of it as if you did compete for that. That means your effort will end there. Okay.
But you have to go through the process, do the casting.
Regardless of the respect I give to you, I think that you are very bright, maybe 20 times more intelligent than me. I believe so, but
thank you.
I have to set up the rules
and make sure you follow them.
Make sure you follow them. That's how you earn respect. I've been doing this for 10 years. Trust me. I had people, they were begging me, and I love it when people beg me. Hey, look at me, I'm just a king.
I guess this morning, Blaise, Christian, Sitchet. So thank you so much, Christian, for being on the show with us.
Thank you so
we
much.
look forward to seeing you again. Yinka Kenny, how do you close our time?
All right, I will see you same time tomorrow on the show. My name is Yinka Kenny.
And I'm Toby Singh Adebokola. See you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.